Okay, I'm gonna let Linda take over the meeting right now. She was good enough to get all the information, or as much as she could, from the Department of Archives, New York State. Also, the information from National Grid regarding the electric hookup, what it's gonna be, how it's gonna be, anything like that. Linda?
Okay, I called the archives, spoke with the lady. They will not give us a grant to build. It has to be, you already have to have an existing space. So if we build this building, my thought is the records room, just
Frame it.
a bare records room, okay? Just leave the records room bare. We can put the records in, it ain't gonna be any worse than what they are outside here. They will pay for, climate control, air conditioning, heating, stuff like that. Shelving, and a door, fireproof door, and to fireproof the room. And the grant is, can be up to $75,000. So, if it wouldn't, you're gonna have to go out and get bids of what it would cost.
Right.
But, the grant is up to $75,000. She said, if you were going to share this space with another township, the grant is up to $150,000, and that gets priority. That grant gets a priority.
So in other words, if Palatine, well, but we already share, because our, registrar records are for the villages too,
Right.
in actuality.
Yeah, I don't know if they would
All
go
the
by
records
that,
are-
or like Minden. Minden has a small fireproof room. Some of their records they've got up in the town barn upstairs. Now, those records they don't use that often, but if we had room and we said, okay, we're gonna take the town of Minden's permanent records that they have no room for and bring them up there, we could get up to maybe $150,000.
Or Nelson, Palatine Bridge, is what we would.
Well, it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, they said shared. She didn't go into detail, but,
Well, it would make sense
you know,
that.
she said she really didn't wanna go into the whole detail right now because we can't even apply for the grant till this
Right.
time next year.
Right.
The grants are, the paperwork doesn't come out till November 1st, and they have to be in by February deadline.
And we won't be built by then.
No, so she said, like she said, build the room, have the room there, and then apply for the grant next fall,
To finish it up or whatever.
to finish it off,
To
right.
get your shelving.
You know, just, you could put a regular door in it, and you know, we have shelving out here we could use for now.
Temporary, yeah.
Right, temporary, but then, to actually make that room fireproof, I can get a grant, if we're lucky, up to $75,000.
Mhm.
So, and that's for, like she said, climate control, things like that. And I also did, when Mr. Barton was here, he said something about maybe having to, subdivide that land back out because of National Grid. I called National Grid, and I explained what we wanna do. We wanna put a new building up there, but we already have an existing, electric at the town barn, and we also do have a light pole there that has its own separate meter. And was it possible? And they said, oh yes, it is possible. All we have to do is contact them far enough in advance, you know, and they will come in and we can get the service up there.
That's running the power from Stone Arabia Road.
They didn't say where they were gonna run it from. This was just, could we get it? Because
yeah,
Mr. Barton didn't think we could.
Yeah, that's.
And he said, yes, you can, and, all you gotta do is once the building, you know, you start setting things up and, you know, once you start, you know, getting the land ready, whatever, contact them far enough in advance to, you know, just when they start, you know, digging and stuff like this, then you
Right.
can contact National Grid, and then they'll come in and let us know what we have to do.
And this might be,
He said it would be easier to come off at 10.
but that's why he's got the
That's
storage.
why he's thinking the farthest pole on